Hey guys, Peyton Snabeck here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys today. It's been 2 weeks since my last one. Got 17 movies to talk about. 13 Blu-rays, 4 DVDs. As usual, I'm gonna start with the Blu-rays and then the DVDs. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Now the first 3 I got. Now these movies, these were blind buys, and I watched them. And I've been into Rob Zombie lately. I like the Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I know I watched the movie 31. I didn't really care for that one that much. But I tried these movies out. These movies were actually kind of fun. It's originally called the Firefly Trilogy. But it's these movies right here, like House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and the new movie, 3 from Hell. Now, the first one right here, this one stars Sherry Moon Zombie, Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, Karen Black is in this one, plays Mother Firefly, Sherry Moon Zombie plays Baby Firefly, Bill Moseley, I forgot what his character is, and I know Sid Haig, he plays Captain Spaulding, the clown who has the world's famous fried chicken, and has the one guy on here who was from Sleepaway Camp 3, the guy who played Herman. But this movie is basically about a group of these friends. They go and I think it's on Halloween night or something. Can't remember exactly. It's been like 2 weeks since I've seen this one, but I think it was like they discovered this like gas station, and I think they got lost, or they were trying to get gas or something. And of course it's the place where Captain Spaulding's at. And there's like all these, like this crazy stuff that's going on. I don't know, it's just a fun movie. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's actually a really fun movie. And the sequel, I honestly thought the sequel was a little bit better, than the first one, The Devil's Rejects. But this is them, Sherry Moon Zombie, Sid Haig, and Bill Moseley. This is them, they survived, like, the things that happened in the first movie. Like, well, it starts off with, like, the shootout that's happening at, where their, like, gas station was, and, they end up surviving it, and, like, I think it was, like, 12 cops got murdered, and, they're on the run, and, the cop, they're wanted by the cops, by the FBI, and, like, it's just them, like, doing all these crazy things, like, going on these killing sprees, and it's just a fun movie to watch. I thought this one was actually a little bit better. Now, the new one, however, this new one right here, the new one's called 3 from Hell. This one was a little disappointing, but, in a sort of a way, there could be a third one, or a fourth one. There could possibly be one. I don't know. That'll be up to, obviously, Rob Zombie, if he's up to it. But the thing that was kind of disappointing, and it's kind of understandable, because, Sid Haig is not really in this much longer. He's in it for, like, 2 minutes, but, because, like, he couldn't, like, do the Captain Spaulding part, because, like, his health and stuff. It's kind of understandable why that they couldn't do that. It's kind of disappointing, but it's understandable. But in the movie, they talk it, because he passed away like back in September. Rest in peace. They explain how like they put him to death, and I think it's like I don't know who. I think it's like their brother or something. I think it's Bill Moseley's brother who like fills in for like the Captain Spaulding character. But it's them, the 3 fugitives. They they were arrested and they've been in jail for after all these years after the events of the second movie. And they escape. Well, I think Sherry Moon Zombie's character gets parole, and Otis Driftwood, that's Bill Moseley, you know, I think he's going to be put to death, but he escapes he escaped the institution, and you know, it's them going to Mexico, hiding in Mexico from the police department because you know, they can't get them if they're in like Mexico, and it's like them doing once again like going to all these really crazy killing sprees and all that stuff. But I thought this movie was fun though. It is, like I said, that only part with, you know, the Sid Haig thing, that was kind of a shame, but you know, it is understandable why they did what they did. But I mean, at least they could probably do a fourth one. I mean, it's possible they could. No spoilers, but it looks like that they could. But yeah, but that is the Firefly Trilogy on Blu-ray I got. Alright, the next one I got... Now, this movie I saw in theaters, and, you know, this was one of the movies I was in theaters for like 2 weeks, and then it went out because of coronavirus. But I absolutely thought this movie was really well done. Probably one of my favorite remakes of this year so far. But this is the Invisible Man remake with Elizabeth Moss. And, you know, since watching this now, I have a crush on Elizabeth Moss now. I don't know why, but I did. But this movie, and you know, what I really like about this remake is, you know, it didn't do like the exact same thing with the original one, because like if you haven't seen the original one was like about the strange like guy coming into like this like strange person. He goes into to like get a hotel room or a hotel. He gets like a room or something, and everyone thinks he's like he's like this weirdo or like a weird guy, and it turns out, of course, like when he takes all the clothes off and like he has like bandages on his face. When he takes it off, of course, it turns out he's invisible and he's going around doing crazy stuff in the town, and the cops are trying to stop him. I do love the original, and I love the remake just as much. And from what I've heard, they're going to be doing a franchise of these movies, which I cannot wait to see. In a sort of way, I don't know what else could happen, but you know, it's kind of cool that they're actually going to do that. But this movie, however, this remake, is basically it starts off with Elizabeth Moss's character. She has this abusive boyfriend, and or I think it was like a husband. I think she was married. Yeah, her husband. She escapes from her husband's house because, you know, he's so abusive and controlling, and you know, she stays with friends. And I think it's like 2 weeks later, her sister tells her that her brother had committed suicide, and you know, she's like, "Wait, what? How did that happen?" You know, and she don't think he would do something like that. And of course, she's trying to get his life insurance policy. But of course, ever since that happens, ever since his death, and you know, ever since she's staying with these people, her friends, weird things are happening. Like there's like stuff moving by itself, like she's seen like footprints on the floor, like this crazy stuff is happening. And you know, she thinks, of course, it's either like probably it's him invisible, like is it the Invisible Man, or is it like a ghost of her husband, or well, like what is going on exactly? I don't know. I just like the fact that that it was a 100% remake. It was no like it didn't. It was like a totally different thing. That's what I liked about this movie. I highly recommend this movie. If you guys have not seen this one, definitely check it out. I love this one. You know, this is from Blumhouse. This is probably like my new favorite Blumhouse movie. But for feature-wise, like the special features, it comes with deleted scenes, behind the scenes, some commentaries. But definitely check this one out if you guys have not seen this one. It's a must-watch. Alright, the next one I got. This one I've been wanting to upgrade the Blu-ray from quite some time, and I finally did. I kind of wanted to get the 3D version, because I don't know if... I'm not sure, but I think the 3D version may be out of print or something. But it's the movie Coraline on Blu-ray. This is the old edition back in 2009. And of course, this is the 3D version. It did come with 4 3D glasses, but I like to put them somewhere else and only keep like 1 glasses in there. But it's the ones with the the pink and green ones. And you know, Cool Duder always says that these kind of like 3D glasses, they give him terrible headaches, and I can see why. Because, and the first time I like watch like the Friday the 13th, the Bloody Valentine in 3D. I watched those millions of times in 3D. Never got headaches on it. I watched this in 3D before, and for some reason I had this terrible fucking headache. I mean, it was just so terrible. I mean, I had to pause the movie and give myself a few minutes because it was just giving me a headache. I do love this movie though, and I remember seeing this one in theaters. But if you guys have not seen this one, this is probably one of the best like children's like horror animated movies. I absolutely love this movie. But the movie is basically about Coraline, you know, who's voiced by Dakota Fanning, and her family. They moved into this apartments, I think it was like called the Pink Palace. It's like a apartment, like a little apartment complex. And she discovers one day in the house this little door, and when you know she opens it, and of course there's nothing there. It's just nothing but like bricks. But one night, she sees these mice, and these mice go into the little door, and there's like this tunnel, and of course she goes through the tunnel, this little tunnel, and there's another door, and on the other side of that door is the same house, but she sees her parents, or so she thinks, but the parents are like, the mom and the dad like have these like button eyes, and they're saying that like it's her other mother, and you know, and of course, you know, the Coraline character finds a doll that looks exactly like her. And you know, it's kind of like a cool movie, like a cool mystery, like suspense, like movie for kids. I absolutely love this movie, but you know, if you guys have not seen this one, definitely check it out. It's a must-watch. I absolutely love this movie, but definitely check it out. Especially get the 3D version if you guys can find it, because I don't even know if they sell that anymore, because I don't even see that in stores. Alright, the next one I got, this is a movie I remember seeing in the theater. I really love this movie. And, you know, rewatching this one again, it doesn't hold up as much, but I like it. But it's the movie See No Evil. This is the one with the wrestler Kane in it. And I know there was a sequel too. I did see the sequel. I thought it was alright, from what I remember. It's not perfect. I'm not going to get that one right now, because I do like this one a little bit better. I mean, it was kind of surprising that they actually did a second one. Because I remember when it first came out, I was like, wait, a second one? Like, because, like, nothing else... I mean, no spoiler alert if you guys have not seen this one. I mean, nothing else really happened in this one, but apparently there was. But this movie is basically about, these group of these, like, what do you call them? These kids, these, like, kids, from this, like, detention center, and they're going to be cleaning up this abandoned, like, building, this, like, abandoned, like, hotel, and it's like a big, like, abandoned hotel, and the woman who works there is, like, running it. They're going to clean it up, but of course, you know, of course, what they don't know is, like, you know, Kane, who plays the killer in this movie, like, he's in there, and he's taking them out with this hook one by one. He's got all these, like, traps in there, and I don't know, it's just, like, a fun, like, gory, like slasher movie. I mean, I have to say, the gore in this movie was so super intense gore. I mean, I probably one of the most gore I've seen in a horror movie in such a long time. Like the Kane character like kills all these kills all the kids in like these craziest ways, like these weird death scenes that go on. But such a fun slasher movie. I absolutely really enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm not going to get the sequel. I did see the sequel, but I'm not going to get that one on Blu-ray right now. At some point I will, just not now. I just don't know when. But definitely check this one out if you guys have not seen this one. Okay, the next one I got. Now this movie I remember getting so hyped about when it first came out. I don't know why. When I haven't even seen the other one, well, it wasn't really like a remake, but it's the movie Stage Fright. Of course, I thought at first when this movie came out, I thought it was like a remake to another movie called Stage Fright. Back in 1987, it was like a Canadian like slasher movie about like these people, group of these people like cleaning up this like this auditorium, and there's like crazy guy escapes the mental institution and taking them out. I thought it was a remake to that, but it's not. I mean, as far as I know, it isn't. I don't even know if the director even knew there was another movie called Stage Fright, to be honest. But I've actually talked to this girl right here, Allie McDonald. Really nice girl. But this movie right here, even though it wasn't like a remake to the other Stage Fright, I really do like this one. And of course, like, this one, of course, does not hold up as much as when I liked it the first. I still like it. I mean, but the movie is basically, it starts off with, Ally McDonald's character, it starts off with her when she was little, and her mother was killed by someone in a mask, and her mother was like a stage performer, like she was like a singer, like doing like all these shows and stuff on Broadway, and she gets murdered. And 10 years later, her character now is she's working at this camp. She works at this camp as like a chef, and it's this camp where it's like musical camp where you sing songs and like they're like performing the show. The show, I think it was like based like they're doing like a show like the Phantom of the Opera, and but the killing in this movie, just to let you guys know, the real killing is not really till later on in the movie, but people are getting killed off one by one by this guy in like this like kiss mask, like and the thing I like about this is, the killer in this movie, like the killer always had these goofy lines and stuff, and like he always said like all these like goofy lines and like killed people in the bizarre ways. I like that. I liked all the stuff that he was saying. But I really do like this one though. But like I said, it doesn't hold up as much, but I still like it. But I mean, I still like it even though it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't like a remake to that movie. Hopefully one day there will be a remake to that other Stage Fright movie. But I still really like this one though. I like all the lines that the killer was saying in the movie. Like everything about this movie I really liked. And Meatloaf is in this as well. The actor. But really fun movie. Really fun slasher. This next one here I got. This one I do remember seeing in the theater. I really like this one. This is probably back when I think this was back at the time when they did Cloverfield, because I know this came out the same time Cloverfield did, but this is the movie Quarantine, and I guess this is a good time to review this movie since quarantine is what we're basically doing right now, because basically everyone's stuck in the home and everyone knows what's going on. But anyway, I know some people don't really like this one because I know back then when found footage came out, like, everyone thought, and I did the same thing, but now I know it's all fake, like people thought, like, Blair Witch came out, that movie was real. I mean, and of course they said, like, years later, oh, it's fake, all of it's fake. But, they say that was the first found footage movie. The main found footage movie that was first was a movie from 1980. It was called, Cannibal Holocaust. But yeah, this was at the time when they were doing like the found footage ones, like like Cloverfield, like people liked Cloverfield. But this movie right here, obviously this is fake because there's like some known actors in this movie, like Jennifer Carpenter. She did White Chicks and Exorcism. Emily Rose. She also did Dexter. But this one is basically about her and her friend, who's played by Jay Hernandez. You know, he's they're basically like these reporters, and you know, like wanting to get some like news about like the fire departments and the fire company, like what they do, like when there's a fire or when they're called to like to help someone, and of course that happens, and they go to this building or this it's like apartment complex. They go there, and you know, there's like the people in there are acting strange. They're like turning into like, it's kind of like weird, like zombies. They're like infected with something, and of course, like the whole movie, it's them, the whole police department, and them. They lock them in the building because they think that they're infected by what these people are infected by, and you know, the movie is actually pretty cool. It has a cool story in this one. You know, and if you guys didn't know, this one was actually a remake to a movie. I think it was made in I think it was like a Japanese like movie. I have never seen it. I know it came out the Blu-ray from Screen Factory, but it was a movie called Wreck, and they made 3 sequels with that movie. Which I never, like I said, I never seen Wreck, but I do like this one a lot. And I know there was a sequel to this one, which I think it took place like on a plane or something. I can't really remember, but it seems like everyone likes that sequel better, you know. Yeah, but that is the movie Quarantine here on Blu-ray. And now these 3 Blu-rays right here, I'm gonna get rid of because thing is, I could not get into them. Especially this one I'm about to talk in a sec. But now this one right here, I know lots of people talk about. They say it's pretty good. The thing is, I could not get into it. I don't know why, but I just couldn't. This is one of those Dollar Tree ones I got, but it was the $1 Million Baby, one with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman, Hilary Swank. I don't know. I couldn't get into this one. I'm sorry, but I couldn't. Same thing with this one. Lots of people like this one. You know, Tom Cruise is in this. Brad Pitt's in this. Mainly, I kind of wanted to check it out because Kirsten Dunst is in this, and she was like a kid at this time when she did this movie. You know, from the Spider-Man movies, the original Little Women, Jumanji, but it was Interview with the Vampire. This is actually, I think this is like the 20th anniversary edition of this movie. But from what I remember from watching it, it was like it's about like I think it was like Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise. They're like telling like the story about him as a vampire, like back in like 200 years ago, and you know what he did back in the old times and all that stuff. That's pretty much what it was. But I don't know. I couldn't get myself into this one. Same thing with this one. I kind of figured I was going to hate this one because I didn't like the original one, and I reviewed that one months ago. I knew if I hate that one, I'm going to hate this one, and I did. But I got my digital in case if I ever want to give it a rewatch. Same thing with the other one. But Dracula Untold, I did not like it. And most people might agree with me. I didn't like it. This is the one, I think Christian is in this one? No, I thought he was in this one. I guess not. I thought Christian Bale was in this one. I guess he isn't. Huh. But this is the one that came out back in 2014. But I don't know. I didn't like this one. I was bored with it. Same thing with the first one. Alright, and the last ones I got on Blu-ray. Now these ones, I got these ones like months ago. I got these ones in Walmart. You know, and I did rewatch some episodes. You know, I'm not going to wait a whole year to you know, because I've seen these episodes millions of times. That's what I like to usually do with the TV shows. But with these ones, I'm not going to, because I've seen these ones millions of times. And the Blue's Clues one, I didn't do that. I watched a couple episodes with that one. I don't know, I just like to get stuff, like to watch everything, you know. But it's, I got the other ones as well, in case you guys are wondering, because I reviewed those last year. I got South Park Seasons 11 to 15, and South Park Seasons 16 to 20 here on Blu-ray. I did get the other 10 seasons, if you guys didn't know, like I said. But I know season 23 comes out this month, the Blu-ray. I hadn't seen season 23 on TV. But, I've always liked the show. I do like the movie that came out back in 1999. Everyone knows what the show is. If you guys haven't seen an episode, it's, the show is basically like about, like the little kids, like Stan, Kyle, Kenny, Cartman, like always getting into like crazy situations, and basically what the show does, and it's most of the time what I really like. They're always making fun of like spoofing like current events, like stuff like that, like they're right now they're doing like the thing for the Donald Trump, and the thing I like is like they're always like doing like spoofs with like movies, like new movies. Like I know the one season they did one for the It movie, which was kind of cool. Like I remember one of the episodes they spoofed Psycho, which I really like that one. But these are just like some fun movies or shows to watch. Like they always like make fun of like celebrities because of what they're doing. Which I'm pretty sure in the next season they're going to make fun of what's happening right now with like Corona and stuff. Like I don't want them to, but they probably will. But I don't know, such a fun show to watch. But of course, like you always get the commentaries that you get on the other seasons. Like some of them has like behind the scenes, some of them has deleted scenes, stuff like that. But such a fun show to watch if you guys have not seen it. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it and everyone's heard of it. But I've always liked that show. Okay, as soon as I take a sip, we're going on to the DVDs. Now, there's 4 DVDs. Now, this first one on DVD I got. This is one of the ones I unboxed when I did that video last week. But I'll have a link down below where you guys can get this one at. Because I know this is one of those ones where it didn't come out the DVD or Blu-ray. It just came out the VHS. But this was the TV movie, The Birds 2, Land's End, here on DVD-R. And in case you guys are wondering, it actually is a bootleg. Right here, that's what the disc looks like. And you can see it's actually like a burn-on-demand like thing. And like I'll have a link down below where you guys can get this one. But this movie right here is this was a TV movie that came on back in 1994, I believe. But and I really do like the original one. Everyone says that the original one is a classic and it is a good movie. I've always really liked the first one. I really did like this one. I like this one so much. I like it just as much as the first one. But the movie, and what's actually cool is the woman from the first movie, Tippi Hedren, she's in this movie as well, but she plays a different character. And, I wouldn't say you had to see the first one to see this, because there was really no connect. They didn't really talk about the first movie. As far as I know, they didn't, but everyone's seen the first one. But this one is basically, it's this family, a mother and a father, and they have 2 daughters. They go on this like little vacation into this like house, and it's like this little island that they're at, and the house that they're staying at, it's right near this beach, and it's kind of like a beautiful house in my opinion. But the movie, it's basically them, and of course like the birds there are acting strange and acting weird, like the father's always getting attacked by the birds, like the one bird goes through the window and like pecks him like on his hand right there, and he's trying to figure out like what is up with these birds, like trying to figure out what's going on and everything, because like the birds, like they're wild, but they're just like attacking him, and they're like attacking other people. And I have to say, like all the death scenes in this movie, like all the attack scenes, they were just like the gore scenes. They really worked. I mean, you could tell like this is like probably like 30 years later after the first movie. How things have and the gore have changed after all these years, But this one was actually a pretty good one. So guys, if you guys have not seen this one, definitely check this one out, because I absolutely really like this one. I hope one day maybe they could do a reboot or like another movie or something, because because I could see because Blumhouse now, like, they're doing classic movies now. Like, I think it's next year they're remaking of The Craft. I really hope that, because I could see Blumhouse doing like a new Birds movie or like a Bird remake. I could see them doing that, but I really hope that they do that one day. But yeah, that's The Birds 2 on DVD. Now this next one right here, I just got done watching this one a few moments ago. I absolutely really like this movie, But this is the movie The Stepfather 2 here on DVD. This was released from Synapse Films. This one right here, there is no Blu-ray release, surprisingly. Hopefully, maybe one day there will be. But this is actually the sequel to the first one from 1987. They did a third one as well. Which the third one never came out to DVD, never came out. I think it only came out to DVD in like Australia, but then that was it. But it never came out to DVD here or Blu-ray. And the remake, and there was a remake that came out, which I saw in theaters. But the only ones that are on Blu-ray is the original one and the remake. To me, when it comes to that remake, I do like the remake. The thing is, like, with that remake, because the remake was kind of like, it was kind of the same thing to the original. I mean, they changed some stuff, of course, but it was kind of similar. And I know that the director of that also did the Prom Night remake, which from what I've heard in an interview on that one, I heard that the Prom Night that was made in 2008 originally wasn't supposed to be a Prom Night remake. I mean, he was aware that there was a movie called Prom Night, but he wasn't technically supposed to be remaking it. But I guess he might as well be called a remake now. Everyone's considering it a remake. But this movie stars Terry O'Quinn. He comes back as the stepfather. Meg Foster's in this. Caroline Williams is in this one, who was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the one who plays Stretch. And this one is basically about it kind of starts off with the stepfather. He's in a mental institution now, because from the events of the first movie, he survived what happened in the first movie, and this is him escaping the mental institution, and he moves into this house, and I think it's like across the street, his neighbor is Meg Foster's character, and she has a son, and he's trying to get married with her, and I have to say, like, I do like this one. I absolutely really like this one. This was the only one I've never seen in the whole, like, Stepfather series. But I really did like this one. But when it comes to, the original series, and, the original one especially, when it comes to the remake, the original series was a little bit better. Like I said, the remake was actually pretty cool. It wasn't like a perfect movie, but the remake was more like a serious, like, horror movie. More like a serious, like, thriller, because it was like a PG-13, like, thriller. But the original series, like, and the sequels especially, they were more like slasher movies. They're like slicing and dicing and all that stuff. And all the stuff that the stepfather did, like all the funny quotes that he said, and all the stuff that he said, it was actually funny. But I don't know, I really thought this one was actually pretty cool, and a really cool sequel too. I do like the third one as well. I mean, I thought the third one was actually kind of cool. I know, like, that one has not came out to DVD like around here, like I said. But definitely check this one out, and the other ones as well, if you guys have not seen them. This one was absolutely a must-watch one. Alright, now this one right here, I am going to get rid of, because lots of people said that this movie was awful. It is. I like the one actress in this one, Joey King. She was in The Conjuring, White House Down. She was in, what was it called? wish upon. I think she's doing a Netflix series now, but this is the movie Slender Man. I got the DVD. I couldn't find the Blu-ray, but I got the DVD in case, you know, I'll try it. Plus, I had the digital as well. I wanted to see if I like it enough to get it on Blu-ray, and I don't. So, this is going bye-bye. So, I did not like this one. This movie was awful. I do have my digital in case if I want to ever rewatch it, though. So, yep. And this last one right here. Now, this one, I know I probably look like an idiot having this one, but, you know, when it comes to, like, Reading Rainbow, I like the TV show Reading Rainbow. You know, it had, like, a Reading Rainbow episode on here, but I realized that there was another set that had this one episode on here. But, it's called 20 Music Tales from PBS Kids. You know, just, there was some, like, some of the shows on here, like, they're, like, ones, they were, like, newer shows, like Nature, like, this one includes Caillou, which that was on when I was a kid. Like, that show I did like, you know. I haven't watched it in years, but I still like that show. And, you know, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, that was like a spinoff to the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, what's cool about that one is, it, you know, the same people that created Blue's Clues also created that show. That's kind of cool. You know, it has Dinosaur Train, Nature Cat, Odd Squad, Peg and Cat, you know, of course, Reading Rainbow, Wild Kratts, and Word World. You know, there was some interesting shows on here. I did actually kind of like some of the shows that were on here. Like, some of them have, like, 3 episodes, some of them have, like, 4, some of them just have 2 or just 1. I don't know, there was certain stuff on here I remember liking, you know, but, yeah, but I don't know why I got it, just, I guess, to rewatch some stuff again. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update for this week, so, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.